175 years in the making. Austin has grown from a 15-block settlement to a sprawling million people. Tonight, the Austin City Council could vote on a plan to shape the city's growth and development over the next 30 years. There's a hearing first to shore up the details of this huge endeavor. That endeavor is called Imagine Austin, and it would mean the city would have a renewed approach to things like transportation, sustainable water resources, investments in the workforce, education and entrepreneurs, environmental protection and nature, the creative economy, and affordable housing. Our Josh Hinkle is live for an in-depth look at the need for this plan. Josh?
Hey, Leslie. Yeah, that was quite the list you just named off there. A lot to take in. We've got a link to the whole project so you can take a closer look on our website in this story at kxan.com. We'll get to that a little bit later. But first, take a look back there. Austin looks a lot different than it did back in 1839 when this city was founded. Now, we are the 14th most populous city in the nation. Growth is certainly still a big factor here.
There's taller buildings being built.
Tucked away in a back room at the Austin History Center,
Here's a good one.
Manager Mike Miller has picture proof this city needs a plan.
The streets are too crowded. There's too many people moving in.
The same argument for decades still exists today.
I walk down the street and I'm going to say, yeah, it's too congested.
It's going to be large, huge. It's going to be expanded into the suburbs.
It's going to be bigger. It's going to be faster. Hopefully the traffic will be cleared up by then.
Over the next 30 years, the Imagine Austin plan aims to address the population boom. The city's outgrown its last development blueprint by far.
In fact, Austin went through a planning process in the 70s and came up with the Austin Tomorrow plan.
Well, tomorrow's here, and we've come a long way. From the current city limits to a 15-block radius when Austin first came about in 1839. Back then, the capital city was purely a government town until the turn of the century. By 1890, the University of Texas was a driving force behind the population. With World War I and the Depression, people flocked even faster to Austin, 80,000 by 1940. 1950 saw a shift, with the city focusing more on industry, especially technology like IBM and Texas Instruments in the 60s and 70s, with around 250,000 people. Now it's pushing 1 million.
There's a great saying that Austin residents have, is that Austin's population reached its peak when I got here, so anybody else afterwards is too much.
The Imagine Austin hearing over at City Hall should be starting momentarily. City Council could vote on that tonight. Now, if you want to see an interactive timeline with some great pictures of what Austin has looked like through the decades, all the way back to 1839, you can log on to our website, kxan.com, and search for this story on the main page. We're live at Auditorium Shores. Josh Hinkle, KXAN News.